Hi, this is Tom and Heather from Shadow Fields, and this is Monday in the Studio. Mitts.
Meds, please like, subscribe, share. Just share us, please. And click that little bell so you can stay connected to us and we don't miss a thing.
Hi, this is Tom and Heather from Shadow Fields. Did it again. And this is Monday.
Yeah, I don't know.
I keep
I
forgetting
mean,
to mute that.
I think that we need to have.
Hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
Heather
Hi,
was
Becky and
Heather,
Steve.
Heather was near you two this
I was
last
in
weekend.
I was in Madison, and I went to some antique stores in Goodlettsville, and on Madison on, gosh, Gallatin Drive. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I think that the town has grown so much that hasn't kept up with roads and the look and feel and that kind of
Did it
stuff.
feel
So
larger than it was when we were there?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, there's just
I think
it
the
takes
last
a long
time,
time to get anywhere.
remember the first time we were down in Nashville, we went to visit BMI,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
which they're a licensing company. They're the ones who make sure we get paid when we're playing other radio.
Right.
And so we're signed with BMI and yeah, Madison, Tennessee. Yes.
I was in Madison, Tennessee for a little bit. Yeah. Seeing my daughter.
And so we were down there, and I don't remember, what was that, like 8 years ago?
Gosh, it probably was. It was a long time ago. It was when we first wrote um What Kind of Love?
Well, that was 10 years ago.
That would be 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Tony.
Hi, Tony.
So what have we been doing in the studio this week?
Wow, this week was like a major madhouse. I was working on the website the most. We have it all configured now. So next Monday, when you go to the website, you'll see the new album cover, and then you'll be come over this way so you're centered better.
Yes.
And then you'll get a chance to go get the new album
Right.
for free. And
free? Did you say free?
I said free.
He said free.
Why?
Why?
Well, not many people have CD players.
Right.
We do have some CDs.
Mm-hmm.
They actually showed up today.
Woo!
So we're very excited about that for people like radio stations and things like that that use CDs still.
Yes.
We have those. And then we also have a download link to the whole thing, including all the artwork and inside, like the art, lyrics and things like that. So it's all real fancy, and I spent a lot of time on that. That was that's all I've done for the last, I guess, week since last Mitts, is try to get that right and update the website and get things in place so it's going to work out. I don't know a whole lot about HTML5, but I know more about HTML5 and CSS styles now than I did before.
Yes. Well, I think that's what we wanted to talk about tonight a little bit, because we actually go through a process of a creative process when we go into not only producing the album, which we talk a lot about, when we talk about the songs, but also when we decide what the album's going to be called and the artwork and all that kind of stuff. So we thought we would do that tonight. Do you want to answer some questions?
Yeah, you can be like the interviewer, and I could be the interviewee, and I could be very aloof as a rock star would be.
So, but those people who ask the questions are in control of the conversation. So I will be in control this evening. All right. So get back to your seat, please. I'm in charge. Okay. Real rock star. That's awesome. Hey, baby. That's great. How's it doing? How you doing? All right, so talk about some of the decisions that go into naming the album, because we had quite a few.
Well, before you even get to the naming, you have to pick out what's going to be on the album. I think that.
But that's a question further on.
Well, that's actually before we name the album.
So yeah, I suppose you're right. So like, what goes into like determining which of the singles gets put on an album?
Well, we continuously write.
Yes.
And we're writing all the time. And for every one of the albums that we've ever put out, there's probably half as many songs as what you've seen on the album that never showed up on any albums.
Right.
The previous album, I think there were 5 or 6, maybe even 7 songs that weren't on Festival for One.
Yeah.
We wrote them for Festival for One, but we get to a certain point on them and you decide, well,
It doesn't
nice
really fit in.
contract glasses. These are
We got those at
where it says no band is an island. What is this from? What does it say? Oh, Green Room?
yeah.
Greenroom.com. Green Room. I have no idea. I can't remember what that was all about.
It
Anyway.
was someplace very special, Tony. I just don't
Yeah.
remember where.
So anyway, on this new album, we just kept writing and writing and writing. And then you start whittling down your selection of songs, what might work. We actually pulled one from the Festival for One, the outtakes,
Right,
the
that
ones
we-
that did not get used.
Right.
That one was the last song we probably recorded
Mhm.
because it took the longest.
Right.
Not that it was that difficult of a song. It's just that we wrote it being this, and then it became this. We decided we weren't going to use it anymore, and so we just put it off to the side. But then when we were nearing the end of this album, we were like, I wonder if we could do something with that. And because it had a really interesting bridge. It's a song that hasn't come out as a single at all.
Well, I think who's the main lyricist? Becky's asking that.
I'd say 3/4 of the time you write the lyrics.
Yeah, I probably
Or
write the
2/3.
lyrics and I write a lot of the melodies. That but then there's these really interesting kind of sleeper moments when Tom says, I just wrote a whole song and all the melody and here it is. Like I might have some influence into it, but for those, they're so complete that it's hard to kind of put anything else into it. And we actually, for this last album, we actually kept a couple songs separate because of that.
I think on this album, I think Too Blue, Late Again, and Scenes Through a Window. But Late Again, you wrote all the melodies. I wrote all the words, but you wrote all the melodies.
Yeah. So yeah, there's
and same with Too Blue. I wrote the words, but you wrote the melodies. Scenes Through a Window, I did write that was just me. Scenes Through a Window.
You needed help with one.
You helped with some additional lyrics.
Yes.
Definitely additional lyrics.
We put on this time on the insert, it's like, and additional lyrics. So we have lyrics, then additional lyrics. So we don't want to offend
anybody. I wanted to give you full credit on everything.
Yes, I believe that, and you wanted to take full credit as well.
Just like No. Just like what Becky's asking, people want to know who did what. Mm-hmm. And typically you'll write most of the lyrics.
Yeah.
Except for those key lines.
Not always. I mean, there's been a couple clinchers that I've actually done lately, but most of the, like those connectors you usually come up with. But I want to ask you a couple of other questions. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on.
Yes, put those back on.
Hang on.
So there's a lot of album covers out there, and then you actually have to put on a picture before it goes out on Spotify. Yes, Dude Man McGowan. So like the White Album for the Beatles, like that's kind of a nothing album cover.
But at the time, that's what was so interesting about it, was because it was a nothing thing. And then of course Metallica put out the Black Album to be in
it was
exact
like
contrast to that.
Mock. It was the yin and the yang.
Yeah.
But what has been what is the thought process when you go around actually thinking about what the album cover should look like?
Well, we first kind of try to come up with what the album is going to be called.
Yes.
And we've done
from
that.
the songs, and I think we actually go to the song list to try to find.
Right. Shall we show a couple things?
Let's
Okay.
show a few of the
see if
album
this,
covers.
let me take off these glasses so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. All right.
Dude.
I'm no longer cool.
Dude.
I was never cool. Okay.
Dun dun dun.
Very
We're
first album.
babies.
This is the
We have
10th year since we wrote that album and put it out.
Yeah, we were babies.
Yeah, so we were thinking about redoing a couple of songs off the first album.
Mm-hmm.
We wrote that for publishers, but we just like, as I think you could see with every single one of them, we are always gonna. Most of the time, it's one of the songs. Or lyrics from one of the songs.
Yeah, we did one that was like, what are all the themes that were coming up with that? And that was, I forget which one we were like, hey, there's a lot of themes about.
Well, there was a
And
festival for one.
then that was like a festival. Yeah.
Yeah, and
It's
that
them
was
to be.
that was the previous album.
Oh my gosh, I love Festival for One.
Yeah.
That was the funnest process, I think. So this is When the World Was Young. This was
So we find out what's like the song or something
Right.
like that. It's usually not the big upbeat, fast, fun song. It's usually like the somewhat introspective and interesting.
Well, you know,
thing.
this is this album that's just coming out. We actually didn't have to go and say, gosh, we only have like 3 upbeat songs on this album. Like, it's going to be so depressing. You know, we've done this before where it's like, you know, 7 out of the 11 are so sad.
Well, I
They're
think
heart wrenching. And then we're like, okay, well, we got to put a couple of happy songs in. So sometimes we've actually gone back and
yep.
put some happiness in.
Yeah, so we did that.
Um,
That was When World Was Young. Second album.
On My Way Home. This was an illegal photography shot. We didn't really know it at the time. But the funny thing about this is that we got this really cool gig down at Union Station in that big room.
They would not let us put out our
and
CDs.
no,
They wouldn't. They wouldn't allow it.
yeah, that's right. Well, the problem is that you're not allowed to be on railroad tracks, and the place that gave us money to go sing there was Ride the Train. It was Ride the Train month or something like that, and so we go in there with this album. Oh my gosh!
They were not happy about that.
They're like, "Do you know you're not supposed to stand on rail tracks?" I'm like, yeah, no. Like,
Yeah, we were out. That was a photo
That
shoot
was
with Deb King.
It was Deb King, and so was the other one, if you recall. That one was
yes.
that one was
the first
taken.
Two albums were with Deb King.
If any of you remember Barrington, we were up at
Oh,
the
oh, the
theater.
first one?
Yeah, we were at the theater in Barrington.
That was the Catlow
That
Theater.
was the Catlow Theater,
and all the inside artwork is from the Catlow.
That was a
It was
great
fun. I think the guy's
photo
trying
shoot.
to either he's trying to raise a bunch of money because he can't keep it going.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he just got finished raising a bunch of money, and then he has raising money again. So, I don't know if that's going to last. But that was a lot of fun.
So that
And this is our looking through the window because we
Very
can't
moody.
afford ticket prices.
it was very moody. And this was so cold, and we were dragging around. We were dragging around all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, there's all kinds of cases over to the side of all the other
And
instruments.
Tom's like, okay, sit up straight. Do this, do that. And I'm like, and then it was like, we're done. We're back in the car. The heat's going on. Oh, I'm freezing. And then we go back out again.
and we're running across the tracks with all our
Yeah,
gear, and the cops come right
Yeah,
by. It was like, we just made it. We just got the shot before the cops showed up.
Yeah, and on this one, we turned you around. This one was, the real shot was the other way. So we were at,
Yeah,
I was
I
actually
actually
on
think
this
this-
side. And so that's the other side of your face. You can't see your earring.
Yeah,
Nothing.
actually, as a
Yeah.
matter of fact, this is a reversed shot
Mm-hmm.
because it worked better
Because I don't use my left hand when I put on
on lipstick.
lipstick.
Neither do I.
Neither do you.
Imagine that. Okay,
Yeah,
moving on. This is the album that no one knows of
yeah, I know.
because it came out the same year that On My Way Home came out.
Mm-hmm.
Yet it was kind of like a gift to you because I didn't want to do it. I did not want to do it. And because it was all kind of Christmas themed, wintry songs. And so I relented.
We have room for Sinatra, Bublé, and Dion.
Exactly. So it was so far out of our
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
But then
That was fun.
we
but
did a couple songs that were like Over Winter's Hill. That's a very nice song.
Mm-hmm.
And This Winter Night. I really like that song. My voice was not in tip top shape at that point, but
But
it
this
was still
was one
good.
of these pivotal moments for us because it actually defined a lot of the folk kind of rock kind of stuff that we did. The softer stuff like Chandler's and others. This actually was in between. Um,
Well,
I think it was a more
I think
definition piece for us.
we started slowly
Yeah.
changing. Like the first album, since we were writing for publishers at that point,
Mm-hmm.
we were just like flooding it with all kinds of varieties.
Yeah.
Um. Anyway,
So that's Winter's Hill.
that's Winter's Hill.
That's a 5. That has 5 songs on it. So they're all really enjoyable. Ah, yes. All I wanted to hear. Wow. This was a 90-degree day in a forest preserve up in Buffalo Grove.
Yeah, I think it was Buffalo Grove. I
Oh,
remember
we were
because Aiden
sweating.
was with us, and it was Deb and
Yeah.
Aiden,
Yeah.
and we were like, people thought we were nuts. We're like going out in these areas
We
with a
set up. We
table.
had set up a
Yeah,
whole.
we're doing all this stuff.
Just
and-
imagine there were people walking by us as we were doing this. They're like, "What are you doing?" Like, "Oh, we're just doing a little photo shoot."
Yeah, and the picture on the
um,
back was on a bridge. We brought some chairs out
Mhm.
onto a bridge, and people were like, thinking we were nuts.
Oh, we
and I'm like,
walked
what are you guys
those
doing?
chairs. We walked those chairs like way down to a bridge.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was interesting.
I think we had to cross a road and then go down a path to get to the bridge.
Mhm.
It was an interesting thing, and that was a lot of fun. We were moving gear around a lot that day, and it was hot.
And I said, go out in the field. Go out in the field. He goes, I've been told never to go out in the field by my mother. No, I don't think you said that, but you're like, I'm not going to go out there. I'm like, yes. And a couple of the best shots are of us just like in the field.
I
And
think we
there's-
might have used a little bit of those
Yes.
in some
Oh,
extra
yeah.
photos that are in the
Oh, yeah.
CD.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
So that was a lot of fun. Okay, now the next one.
and obviously, all I wanted to hear
is one of the songs.
that was one of the songs
No,
as well.
this one's
That's
not
a
gonna.
song that we've not been able to do live.
But we're going to.
Yeah,
We're going
someday we're
to.
going to be able to do that. It's a hard song. It's really high.
Now this one. We had a
This
discussion
is
about
number
this one.
5.
Yeah, this was Tapestry of Shadows. This was round about the time where we'd gotten some advice from somebody to stop the band. And do you remember that? This is our
Oh.
person. This is right before we did this
Right before we did this, we hired somebody that was
down in
supposed to
Nashville.
help our
A
career,
consultant.
and she basically said, "Well,
Change
hey,
your name.
change your name, change your style. You should be just doing folk. Get rid of the band."
Just do a duo. Yeah.
And so we did the exact opposite. And this is probably, out of all the albums, this might be one of the heaviest ones as far as like, it has some really aggressive things. Like Beautiful is on this,
Oh yeah.
which is anything but beautiful. It's a very
It's really
angry.
hard hitting song.
Yeah.
But this is the one that, we're thinking about the album. We came up with this idea to ask for people to submit a shadow picture of themselves.
Oh, that's right. We had 300 people send in pictures of their shadows.
That was so fun.
And so as
Yeah.
you see on the cover, you can see various photos and
they're not
of
all of
shadows
you.
of people. No, they're not of me. And
And we did this amazing
this
video shoot.
this was the
Yeah.
one that Tony Skrook did all the photo work for this one. I think Deb had moved by that time, I think. And Tony set up this whole big video shoot. And while we were doing the video shoot, we also did a photo shoot with a scrim and doing lighting to get shadows. So we were doing all these shadows, and throughout the whole CD is a bunch of shadow pictures.
Yeah. And then very soon after that, we decided
That's when we
to
changed
be
our name.
Shadowfields.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we it came out as Humphrey McCowan, just like all the earlier ones up, and we still released it as Humphrey McCowan because we were like,
Forget it. We're just
forget it,
doing
we're just doing it because the album is done. We don't know what we want to change it to, and so we just left it at that. And then shortly after that came out, we were like, we have this really special thing happening with Tony and Gary and Jim. And the 5 of us were doing something really unique, and we decided, all right.
Let's stick around with
And some people were saying, like, what's the name of the band? Humphrey McCowan. And they're like, what is it? First name? I understand McCowan, but they couldn't understand Humphrey.
No, they
Nobody
couldn't.
could spell it. And so, and they thought
full
maybe
of
we
it.
were a law office or something like that, you know? In an
I am.
accident, call the offices of Humphrey McCowan.
Don't fall, just call Humphrey McCowan. All right, what's the
Yeah.
next one?
Okay. So after that,
Ah, yes, my son Aiden. He is a highly creative individual, and we took a lot of key elements from the songs and put them right there on the front and the back. You don't have the back,
no,
but
but everything
the
there, everything about that's on there, like wishes hang on a line. There's a clothesline with
yeah.
wishes hanging on it. There's a picture of a girl going into a tent.
That's
Alice.
Alice.
Who
Yeah.
the whole album is kind of centered around a character named Alice, even though it's not really a concept album, but it all kind of weaves in and out.
And the telescope, oh my gosh, it's such a cool thing. They got the music. Did you see that to treble clef on the?
Oh yeah, yeah. In the
I didn't even
stairway
notice that.
with the
Yes, very whimsical.
yep, that kind of goes
Mhm.
with what's that one soft song? Do you hear the
What? Do
Uh,
you hear the east wind
yeah,
blow?
whatever
Yeah,
that
Deed
song
is
is.
done.
Deed is done. That's right.
Yeah, but
So-
but this is the one that we looked through tons of lyrics, and I was trying to figure out if there might be something that we might want to pull out. And as soon as we saw Festival for One, I was like, yes, how about this?
Yeah, 'cause
And then that's where this
And then we just let
Festival.
Aiden loose and said, "All right, start coming up with an idea." And
Yeah.
as you can see, he like totally went to town on it.
yeah.
That was all hand drawn.
Yep. Yeah, he had so much fun doing it. I loved it. We kept on adding more things to it too, like little sheep. There's little sheep in the background.
Yeah. There's all kinds
So
of
bizarre.
well, because the grass is always greener on
Yeah, on the other
of the
side.
fence.
Yeah.
And so everything fits
Yeah.
in with that. But moving on.
Moving on,
Yeah,
yes.
because we only got 8 minutes, so
Yeah.
let's get on to the new album. So we were thinking about the new album, and I think almost from the very beginning, after we wrote all the songs, there's still another 5 songs that we've written for this that are not on the album.
Yeah.
There's 2 of them almost finished, and then there's a bunch more. But almost from the beginning, we were always thinking it was going to be Wonderful World.
Yeah, it was pretty much the anthem song. I don't even know how necessarily it came out to be that way, but there is so much passion in that song. If you go online and you look it up, look up Shadowfields and Wonderful World. Gosh, there's actually a lot of people around the world right now listening to it. I've got friends that say they go take walks in the morning just listening to Wonderful World. It has really, really powerful messages in that.
I'm the curmudgeon. And you're
You're
the bright and happy person.
you always are the curmudgeon. But the Wonderful World is it's a question and an answer all in the same song, which is kind of fun.
The cover idea that we ended up with, it went through many ideas. The original idea I was going to base on a Supertramp album.
Oh yeah, I want to show. Do you have it?
Crisis, What
Yeah.
Crisis? I don't know if you guys remember that one. So, remember this one?
We were going to put Tony Scroot out there with his
In a
shorts.
Speedo. No, we were going to do, we wanted to have this idea where it was like kind of like a posh French
Oui.
cafe.
Oui.
And we were going to do that kind of look. And we would be that, but the background would be a slum. So like we're in the middle of a slum,
Yes, but we're
drinking
having
wine.
But we're going to have
and,
wine.
And then we were thinking about, oh, that'd be great. And then the more we got with it, we were like, I don't know, that's probably not going to work out. So then we started going with this just flowers idea kind of thing. And so we came up with an idea that we put out for the single. And the single looks like that.
And that was almost way too happy for me. Like I couldn't handle it.
Well, it's bright and happy, and we're trying to get across that pie in the sky feeling, right?
Yep.
But
But wait, there's more.
yeah.
That was the single. But when it comes to
But then when it came to the final artwork,
we decided to actually
go with there you go.
That's so pretty.
So
It's actually the
kept
prettiest one.
we kept with the daisy,
Mm-hmm.
but we put a world in the middle of the daisy
Yep.
because it's a wonderful world.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the pie in the sky, but it's all different.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Becky.
Yeah, what's with that little leaf though? It kind of like it's like a dual leaf.
I know.
Like a little baby leaf.
I
A
know.
little baby leaf.
I didn't edit that out. There was a lot of drawing involved in this one. Drawing.
Drawing. You're so British. But the color blue is something we've never used before.
No,
So
I don't think we never had an album cover that was blue.
yeah. And I remember you showing it to me, and I'm like, it doesn't pop enough. And so you put some shadows behind it to give it kind of that 3D kind of coming out a little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, Kimmy.
Hi, Kim.
And that also that feeling of that it's like, I don't know, life springs eternal kind of. It's got that sense of it, you know, that there's something positive that's happening.
I had another idea that
I'm glad we didn't go with it. Whatever it is.
well, you wouldn't have seen it as well. I wanted to have this.
Yeah.
I wanted to take that flower with the world in it, but put it on a stem.
A stem.
So like you have
Yeah.
all these daisies, but one of the daisies is this.
I think you could still do that. What do you guys think? I think
I might still
in his
be able to do it.
I think in his in your free time.
In my free time.
In your free time. Feel free to put a stem on that baby.
Yeah. So as we were talking last week, we finished up all the graphics for the inside, and we do have.
Well, what can our fans expect next week? Talk to us about
I think next week we're gonna have a party. Maybe one of the guys from the band will be in with us or something like that. Maybe
and if there's anybody who wants to come in the studio, we'll have food and we'll make it a.
It's
we'll make
Heather's
it a-
birthday next
It is
Monday,
my birthday.
and it's also the day that the album comes out, and so we're excited about it. Oh, she's showing the album.
It's really pretty. I might even wear a blue. Do you have a blue shirt like that? You're gonna have to get a blue shirt. Oh, Kimmy, we should do merch, huh? We should do some Daisy merch.
An interesting thing about this is on the back side, you see a QR code.
Oh,
You'll be able to hit your phone with that QR code. It'll take you to a place. You put in your email because we need emails.
we need your email
because we want to know
Yes,
where you guys are, so we know where to travel to.
That's right.
And then we'll get your email. It takes you right to the download link. You download it, you unzip it. You have all the artwork, the entire album with a playlist. It's bingo.
And there is
We've tested it. It works perfect.
and you like an insert on some of this kind of stuff.
Oh,
So this time we don't have one,
we did not
but
put an insert on it.
we do have that online.
It's all digital.
It's a digital, so you can go through and see all the lyrics, and you can see pictures of us, and they're very cool. And yeah,
You get the
it's
chance
a great.
to dive into the lyrics too.
Yep, yep. So what keeps you up at night about these albums?
Pretty much everything. Also, no stem. Okay, we won't do the stem.
So what keeps you up at night?
I just want people to hear it.
Yeah.
It's that thing. Nobody has any idea, and nobody cares how many hours it takes to put
Oh,
something
these
together.
people care. Oh, come on.
Your average person does not know
You guys
how
are
many
above average.
how many hundreds and thousands of hours
Right.
it takes to pull an entire album together with videos, a new website, and all the artwork. It's a huge thing. It's like
Right.
all I do. And I'm going to be depressed after next week because
So we don't don't
all
want
this gigantic push. Like when you push for a project,
Yeah.
and when you're done with the project, you at first go, "Oh, I'm so thankful it's done," and then you're like,
now
"Now
what?
what? Now I'm bored."
It's all right. We already talked about the next song I want to do. What's it called?
On a dime.
On a Dime. and it's a great little song. So we're moving along already to our next album, but we're going to see Kim cares deeply, and I'm sure Becky does, and so do the others that are online. But I want to just share with you, we are going to be at Elmhurst Brewing Company on the 23rd of August, so please come out to see us. Also, this week we have open mic at Pollyanna Brewing Company
In Roselle. That's
so
on
please
Thursday.
come and see us as well. But we're looking forward to putting out the new album next Monday night, so please join us and have some other people hang out with us too.
Yes.
So thanks so much.
Thank you so much, and make sure you do like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, come on, get with it. Let's go.
Yep. Like, share,
Yeah, we need to
subscribe.
We need to keep building up this channel. Hopefully, we'll get some more content for you guys that you find interesting. Thanks so much for being with us tonight, and we'll see you next week for the big release party. Make sure you have your drink and your chips and dip with you, okay? Because
All
we
right.
will.
All right. Take care,
All right.
everybody. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye.